x cubed minus 8. Now I picked that one because an x cubed minus 8 should be something that you recognize as factorable, because this is a cube and 8 is 2 cubes, so it's a difference of 2 cubes. And that factors like this. The top is unchanged, and the bottom is going to factor into x minus 2 times x squared plus 2x plus 4. That's something Missing should have taught you. And if you need me to review that, I can do that. But for now, let's say that that's stuck and you can get from here to here. We're going to use the complication that has arisen this time is that this has a quadratic expression as one factor. This cannot be factored any further. So this is a quadratic factor and it's irreducible. So I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to put a over the x minus 2, which you probably saw that coming. But when I get over here, notice I've been following the pattern where this is 1 degree below this, and this is 1 degree below this. So if I put an expression here like x squared plus 2x plus 4, and I just put a b there, that's not 1 degree below that. This is 0 degree because there's no x term, and this is 2. It's actually a exponent of 2. So we want this expression to have 1 degree. So when it's quadratic down here and it can't be factored any further, what you put in the top here is bx plus c. So notice this is the simplest expression that I can come up with that is degree 1. So some number times an unknown x plus some number. So that is how you decompose from this expression to this one. All right, so now we're going to work it similarly. What would you do next? We're going to multiply by something, and it's going to be, zooming out here, and we're going to multiply by the greatest common denominator. So it's going to be x minus 2 and x squared plus 2x plus 4. When I multiply through each term, do you see the first term will lose the whole denominator, leaving the numerator unchanged, unscathed. And then this one, the x minus 2's will cancel, but a will be paired with the x squared plus 2x plus 4, and the bx plus c will be paired with the x minus 2. All right, hopefully that algebra makes sense to you. So we're going to walk down the same path, and we're going to say let x equal something. What would x be that would simplify this rather quickly? Well, if I look here, I can see if x is 2, that will create a 0 in this term, and this whole term will zero out, just leaving an a. So when I'm sorry, I forgot to make the substitution as I went. Let x equal 2. So I should have did that all the way through. So we're going to have a 2 here, and a 2 here, and a 2 here. And I was so excited about letting x equal 2 and zeroing out the last term that I ignored it. All right, can you see that? Let me come in a little closer. All right. So I let x equal 2 when I get here. This is what I was so excited about. So this whole thing, because of the 2 minus 2, will zero out, and it will leave these numbers. When you multiply these numbers out, I believe this is 84 and this is 12. And when you divide both sides by 12, you get A equals 7. All right, so that's a good start. All right, now back to this expression again. What else could I let x equal to this time solve for b? What if I let x equal, since I know actually nothing's going to zero out this time, but if I let x equal 0 and I know a is 7, that will simplify a lot and allow me to solve for b. So sometimes you can just try values, but you want to take ones that make your work the least. So up here I'm going to be, as I rewrite this, I'm going to substitute 0 for x. So I get 10 times 0 squared plus 12 times 0 plus 20 equals a, which I now know is 7. So I get 7 times 0, I'm following this, 0 squared plus 2 times 0 plus 4 plus b times 0 plus c times 0 minus 2. All right, let's see if that's any help. See if I can get it all on the screen at once, but not too far away. All right, so on the left, what does that come out to be? 0, 0. We got a 20 over here, and this is a 7 times a 4, which is 28, and this leaves me a minus 2 times a c. So move the 28 over, and we get negative 8 equals minus 2c, and c equals 4 when I divide. So that's my next value. Up here in the very original, we have to find an a, a b, and a c. So now we got to work on b. So I've used x equals 2, x equals 0, so probably the next simplest one that I can pick. Nothing really is going to zero out, but I'll let x equal 1. Because I know c is 4 and 7 is a, I'm going to have one unknown anyway. So as I put this in across with a 1 for x, here's what's going to show up. You're not going to be able to see that expression, but you have it in front of you. So it's going to come up to be 10 plus 12 plus 20 on the left. That's letting x equals 1 equals, a was 7, and then I have x squared, so that's 1 plus 2 plus 4. And b I know is what I'm looking for, and I'm put a 1 by the x. C is 4. And x is 1, so I get 1 minus 2 or minus 1. So I get all that line in for you. So on the left, if you followed where all those numbers came from, I'm going to get, what, 42? And then 7 times 7 is 49. And then I have inside parentheses a b plus 4, but that's multiplied by a minus 1. So distributing the minus 1, I have 42 equals 49 minus b minus 4. Solving, I'm going to move the 49 over where it becomes a minus, what, 49 from minus, so minus 7 equals a minus b minus 4. So when I do that, I move the minus 4 over where it becomes a plus 4. So I have minus 3 equals a minus b. Just some algebra. Sorry, I keep going out of the screen. and dividing both sides by -1 or multiplying by -1, I get b equals 3. So my final answer, ooh, I'm way over time. I'm going to have to split up that video. So I might get all uploaded tonight, but I don't want to split it at this point. X minus 2, x squared plus 2x plus 4. That was my original problem. And now I know that A was 7. My B is 3. And my C was 4. All right. So it's sort of like we're taking that expression in the beginning and finding out what A, B, and C are and putting that together. So it's sort of like at this point, it's not really helping your life, but it will help your life later in one day in calculus. So it's sort of, you're all dressed up with no place to go. Sorry about that. Let me show you one more complication on the next part. So it'll probably end up being part 3. So be right back.